making something for my oldest son. Well, it's for both of them, but my youngest isn't quite to that step yet, but he will be eventually. We are potty training right now, and he's doing pretty good. But I'm making him, we have a little song, so I'm putting it on a poster board, and I'm like writing the directions to using the potty, because he has a hard time with pulling his pants down. He just wants to sit straight on the potty, but I want him to pull his pants down, obviously, so we don't have any accidents. So I'm, writing it out, and I'm gonna try to make it creative and fun and colorful. I went to the dollar store. I got 2 poster boards because they were 2 for $1. So how can you say no? I get some scissors. We used to have like 6 pairs of scissors in our house, and then we moved to the one we're in now, and I can only find just the ones that we use in the kitchen. So these are just gonna be like my craft scissors. And then I also bought some more pens. It came with black, orange, purple, pink, green, red, light blue, dark blue. And I'm sketching a few things out with a pencil first. I have a lot of good ideas. I'm just not very good at getting them from my head onto the base. So, anyways, I just thought that maybe this would be something fun and be a little bit different. I don't really have too much to talk about. Most of my videos are rambles, so I will just do a ramble probably about like recent events, but it hasn't been much, and I'm just afraid. It's like 9 p.m. already, and I just don't think that I can do this and also talk a lot without getting distracted from one or the other. So let's just go ahead and sorry, one of my hairs was like stuck on it and it was driving me nuts. Let's go ahead and get started. You can totally like see into my bathroom right there, but okay. Let me check the baby monitors. Hope I didn't hear anybody moving. All good. My oldest has been wanting to get up a lot, and he got up at 1 in the morning last night, so I had to get up at 1 in the morning to go put him back to bed. Wasn't a big deal, but not the most fun I've ever had, Okay, actually, I'm really just kind of, I have somewhat of a plan, but not really as to how I want to do this. So let's see what happens. Oh, I should have got some scratch paper out. Also, if you hear anything, tomorrow's the 4th of July, so fireworks are crazy. One of my dogs is under the bed. The other of my dogs is under my desk, but I have a dog bed under my desk. None of the dogs have ever actually used it. Typically, my cat Meatloaf uses it, but my dog Blue is using it right now. I gave them like these calming treats in hopes that this 4th of July isn't so bad. Our dog Dax does okay. She doesn't like it, but she does okay. But our dog Blue does not do well. He's very anxious. He's half border collie, and his mom, our other dog, is half husky, half red heeler, so he is riddled with anxiety. So, I tried to give them Benadryl once, and they threw up. I only gave them half a pill, and they threw up everywhere. So, not doing that anymore. So, you can't really see my phone tripod is very video that would be better with a microphone, so you could maybe hear the pens and the pencils and whatever else, but we're working with what we're working with right now. Okay, I did just trace out a little thing right here. This is going to be nothing extravagant. I just wanted to do a little something fun for my kiddo. And I do like arts and crafts, and I am technically, I guess, on my phone right now. But I'm trying to stay off of like staring at screens before bed. And normally this is like my bedtime. I like to go to bed early, and I didn't get. Shoot balls! I didn't really think that one through, did I? Well, what are you gonna do? It'll be fine. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. I went to bed at like 10-ish, maybe a little before. And then my oldest woke me up at 1, and then our youngest got up at 6. So, I slept. I hate broken sleep. That really just sucks worse than getting like a bad night's sleep sometimes, you know. But it's fine. Oh, this is turning out not good. Luckily for me, this is a big poster board, and I got 2 of them bitches. All right. Step 1. He's getting the hang of going to the potty really well. He just had his 3-year checkup like a week and a half ago. Last Tuesday, not like a few days ago Tuesday, but Tuesday of last week, he got it. He is 54 pounds, and gosh, how tall was he? 40 something. Like, it wasn't 40, it was like 45? That can't be right. I can't remember. He's well over 3.5 feet tall. It was like 43 inches, I think. It was 40 something and a half inches tall and about 54 pounds. For a 3-year-old, he's a big boy. Big, healthy baby. But he's really getting pretty good about going to the potty. He had kind of a tummy bug. So he had the shits. So those days, we had diapers on still because I was not he shit on our couch once. Thankfully, it's a leather couch, or fake leather, you know, whatever, but that kind of material, so it was fairly easy cleanup, but I wasn't going to have him running around the house doing that. So we were back to diapers for a couple of days, but now we do no diapers around the house again, and when we go out, we do pull-ups, and then I pull his big boy underwear up over them. So it's pretty cool. What color should we start with? I guess we'll start with this dark blue. I don't have great handwriting, so I'm trying really hard to make this look okay. He's getting pretty good at reading. Like, I think our 3-year-old can already kind of read, which is, I don't know, I know it's good. I don't know what, sorry, there was glitter all over my desk, and you can't really see it, but it's getting on my hands, which is fine. I love glitter. I don't know when most kids start to like actually read. on their own. I thought it was like 4 or 5, maybe, when they start like being able to actually read words off a page. But he's already kind of there, which is amazing. He's a super bright little man. Very proud of him. Proud of his little brother too. His little brother is not quite 2 yet, so he's got some catching up to do for sure. But that's the name of the game. I hope that this video is at least kind of some nice background for you. You know, kind of like a let's study together type of thing. I don't know. I'm also drawing just a few pictures for him as well. And that way his little brother might be able to join in on the fun. I doubt it, but we'll see. Step 1, pull down your pants. For down, I'm just drawing a big red arrow pointing down. And then I drew a pair of pants and a pair of underwear. Pull down your pants and underwear. He's pretty good at pulling his pants up. He can get them up all the way in the front, but typically his little hiney is still hanging out. But he's getting there. He's a learning. And he wasn't really telling me when he had to go. So it was just kind of, I would put him on the potty like every 20 or 30 minutes and see what happened. Sometimes he would just get up and go, like especially if he had like no pants, no underwear, no diaper, nothing, which is how we started. He would just get up and go sit on the potty, which is fine. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to tell me if he knows that when he has to go to the potty. Oh, sorry, my back. But today, since we were doing diapers off again, now that his little butt's better, what was I doing? His brother was asleep. My youngest was taking kind of an early nap. And, what were we doing? We were doing something, him and I. It might have been when I say him and I was rearranging the playroom, and he was just sitting there hanging out with me. And he said, I have to go pee in the potty. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know if he was just saying it to say it, or if he was saying it because he actually had to. So I used a couple of my other pens. They're like felt cat heads. This is another one of my favorite pens, this little Stegosaurus. I'm just looking, I have a little glass jar of very short nails right now. Got a band-aid on that one. I have a couple of blues. Don't really know if I want to use them. This one might be good. But anyways, he said he had to go pee in the potty, so I took him to the potty and I helped him with his pants, and sure enough, he took a great big pee in that potty. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like, you're telling me exactly what you need right now, and that is awesome. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so our kids have never gone to daycare. So I just, from what I've noticed, speak a little bit differently than other kids who have, just because they do get a little bit more socialization than our kids do. I do take my kids to parks and museums and little play areas and stuff, and they get to play with other kids their ages, because my kids are always not the same age, but they don't get it as much, so they just speak a little bit differently. I'm obviously not licensed. Oh, don't tell me this pen's running out of ink right now. That's not good. So they speak a little bit differently than daycare kids do. But I was assured that it was, they're doing perfectly fine stuff. But now my son is being able to tell me exactly what he needs. Because even today I asked him what he wanted for lunch, and he'll just say lunch or lunchies, how we call it. But I asked him what he wanted for lunch today, and he said pizza for lunch. And I was like, oh, okay. Lucky for him, I had just gone grocery shopping and bought some little frozen pizzas, so he got his pizza for lunch. He's doing exceptionally well. I'm very proud of that little man. And my youngest has now memorized his favorite song perfectly, hand gestures and everything to go with it. So we're having a lot of fun with that. I've probably sang it about 87 times today. But they are doing super well. My little guys are. And my oldest starts preschool at the very beginning of September this year. That's going to be exciting. And I'm obviously a little nervous. He's my firstborn. I never did preschool or anything, and neither did any of my siblings. So when I try to ask my parents about it, they're just like, I don't know. Oh, okay, that's not helpful at all. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. His preschool is just down the street from our house. So he won't ever be very far. If there's ever an issue, I could be there in about 45 seconds. And I am glad I will get the opportunity for just some one-on-one time with our youngest. My kids are close in age. They're only 15 months apart. So while my oldest had that entire 15 months with just me, and then when he was doing a lot of learning and developing around that age, my youngest was, a newborn and teeny tiny yet, so I was able to spend a lot of time with my oldest, and we did a lot of reading and a bunch of different activities and stuff. That I do them with my youngest, but it's a little bit different because, I ask my youngest, like if I were to ask him, what color is this? He can tell me, but not before my oldest gets to it first most of the time. So I try to distract my oldest with like some independent play or something. But of course, if mom's over there talking, they both want to be over there and stuff. So it's not like my youngest doesn't get the same kind of learning because I am teaching them the same things. It's just he doesn't get to do it on his own, which that was a big firework. He doesn't get to do it on his own, which kind of sucks to me sometimes. But with my oldest being in preschool, he'll be there 3 days a week for about 3 hours, from like 9 to noon, 3 days a week. So that gives me 9 hours a week to sit down with my youngest and do things. And I'm not going to obviously spend all 3 hours just straight learning, because I don't think any little because he'll have just turned 2 like 2 days before school starts. So there's no way I'm going to have his full attention for 3 hours, but I would say for at least a solid hour for those 3 days every single day, we can really get cracking on some stuff, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. And he's never, had that time with me that, oh my God, in 20 minutes, this is all I've got done. That's crazy. He's never had the time with me that my oldest had. So we will get some time, just us, which I think is nice. I'm not excited about not being around my oldest. I love him very much, and I love hanging out with my kids. But I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just get some one-on-one time with the baby of the babies. All right. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and underline this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I need to fit 7 steps down here, and I'm taking up a lot of space already. That's alright. The bit that I'm doing with pencil is just bubble letters. I don't trust myself enough to do that in pen just off the first go. And again, I have good ideas and good intentions, but I don't. They don't always come out on paper how I want, which is okay. Like, I can already tell this word's going to be crooked from the angle I'm writing it at. That's okay, and I don't need to get this done tonight. I might honestly stop at step 2 tonight and finish the rest tomorrow. You know, I'm in no rush to get this done. Just because it is taking more time than I expected. But that's okay. And I really wanted to get a video out because I genuinely do not know when I'll have time again. With my oldest not hardly napping anymore, that's when I would record most of my videos. And with him not napping anymore, that kind of eats into my time. And you know, he's 3, so he's allowed. And I know if I sat down to try to make a video in the quiet, it just wouldn't happen. But that's okay. I will make the time. Dang, that was another big one. I don't like fireworks at all. I just don't like loud noises, and I don't like fireworks because they freak my animals out. I just think they're excessive. The people that feel the need to do them for the week before the 4th of July and then all night on the 4th of July kind of sucks. We live in a different neighborhood now than we did when we first moved here. I like the way that looks, but I drew it too big, darn it. And I was hoping that in this, you know, nicer neighborhood than our other one, we wouldn't have the same kind of issues, but it's looking like we will. And again, that's okay. Let's try not to unnecessarily stress ourselves out. It was every neighbor in our old neighborhood that would do it. From everywhere. We live like dead center in the middle of the city of, you know, 125,000 people. So we heard it everywhere. Here we're kind of like on the outskirts. I mean, we're definitely still in the city, but we're by more businesses, and pretty much everybody on the street is either an old person or has kids. So I don't anticipate it'll be too bad. And this last week I've only heard one person doing fireworks. So, you know, again, oh, that looks like crap. Oh, that looks worse. Damn, glitter's messing me up. It's slightly annoying, but we will make the best of it. I will say, though, that the 4th of July is nothing compared to when the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. especially when they win. Living in Missouri will do that. And I don't care for football either. I'm not a big sports person. I played a couple of sports. Like in middle school, I played basketball. I did 1 year of track. I'm not a runner. I tried to do field, but they still made me run, so I'm like, I'm not doing this. In high school, I played tennis for a couple years. I do still really like tennis and basketball. I don't have anyone to play them with, so when my kids get older, I'll definitely show them. My husband's from a golf family. Did 2 different kinds of white people, tennis and golf. And I've never played golf ever, unless you count putt-putt, and he does not. And I don't think he's ever played tennis, is what he told me. I don't like running to an extreme, because I guess technically you run a little bit in tennis, but not that much. Even my big fat ass could handle it. I don't do a lot of writing. I have no reason to. I do like to write letters to some of my friends and stuff. I've written them to one of my sisters before, just because it's fun. It's a fun thing to do to pass the time, and I've got a lot of stationery. But I haven't written anything in a long time, so I'm sitting here like doing this, and I'm only on this. I'm like, oh, my hand kind of hurts already. How did I make it through school? I have never been the one to be able to trace over things perfectly, and that too was pretty much right on the money, so I'm pretty happy about that. Right. There was some drama with where we were parking our car for the week when my husband's out driving his truck. So we had to move it somewhere 20 minutes away, which is annoying when you have little ones and stuff, but that's for a different video. So I drove to this truck stop 20 minutes from our house. They had a freaking Ferris wheel. I pulled up and I was like, man, and it was just a small one, but I was like, these truck stops, like, you find the darndest things at truck stops. It's like they're just little tiny attractions everywhere you go. Some of them have really cool gift shops. Others apparently have small carnival rides. It was pretty cool. And I don't know if it was just like purely decorative or if people actually it was not moving and nobody was on it when I was there. I was not there for very long. I was just there to pick up my husband and then we left. But I just thought that was funny. I do hope more here. It just kind of dawned on me. I've been talking mad smack about fireworks and stuff. If you enjoyed fireworks, I do hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Stay extremely safe. Things can go wrong quickly, so always err on the side of caution. My husband really likes fireworks, but I don't think he's going to be home in time tomorrow to do any. I had a friend, a childhood friend actually, that we haven't seen each other in years. And he messaged me and he was like, hey, you're never going to guess where I'm at. And I'm like, you're probably right. I'm probably not going to guess where you're at. So where are you? And he was in my city, and it turns out he actually only lives 20 minutes from here now. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you live so close to me now. Like, we could see each other whenever we wanted to, which would be a ton of fun. Because I don't know anybody up here, and he was like one of my best friends growing up. So anyways, he was working at it's not like his full-time job or anything, obviously, but since he was like 13 or 14, He's worked at fireworks stands, and it used to just be a small one back in our hometown, but he had like a whole tent. So I took the kids up to meet him and stuff, and it was nice just catching up. Talked about high school, talked about what we're doing in our life now. Got to meet my kids, and he gave me a huge bag full of like free small fireworks for the kids. My kids probably aren't old enough for any of them yet. My oldest might be able to do those like little poppers that you throw at the ground and they like snap, snap, snap. Maybe some of those if he can throw them hard enough. And then he gave us like sparklers and smoke bombs, stuff that we could do and they could watch, but they're obviously not. I don't trust either of my kids to hold a sparkler, so. But I thought that was really cool. It was super nice catching up with him. And he actually works at this arcade that's like another 20 minutes from my house, and he's like, yeah, this is when I work. If you come this day and this day, I'll hook you up with a discount and the VIP pass. And I'm like, shoot, that's all you had to say. And he lived like a couple hours from me for a while, and then he moved somewhere that was like an hour from us, and I didn't know that he only lived just a hop, skip, and jump down the highway from us now. So I was like, that's super freaking cool. Like, I'm really excited to hear that, because there's only one other person we went to high school with that I don't really know all that well, that he hangs out with sometimes. He's like, other than that, I don't know anybody. I'm like, well, if you're cool with hanging out with the kids and stuff, there's plenty of stuff to do. And I was telling my husband about it. My husband's like, dude, I'm like, don't worry, he's super gay. Which he is. I mean, that's not a lie, but I've like I said, I've known him since we were like 11. But my husband's just like, oh, okay, cool. So anyways, yeah, I was like, I get to show you the zoo and the museums and this and that and blah blah blah. I was like, as long as you're cool with hanging out with the kids too, And he was really cool with them. He obviously doesn't have any kids, but one of his brothers has a couple of kids, and he was really excited to be an uncle and stuff. So that was cool. But it's really cool knowing that he just lives right there, and I just have not seen him in so long. It was, like I said, it was just really nice to catch up. He does work full time, so I don't really, and he works kind of late into the day, I think. So he sleeps in a little bit later, and with the kids, we're definitely more morning people, so I don't actually know how much hanging out we're really gonna be able to do. But even just an every now and again thing would be nice. My husband urges me to do stuff, like he's like, I'll watch the kids and you can go do something if you want, but I just can't ever think of anything I want to do without them, really, and especially not by myself. But now that I have my friend, should we probably go get our nails done together, honestly, like that would be kind of fun. So that was just fun. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I've got this done, but it's already been 35 minutes and I would like to go to bed. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video wasn't complete crap, which it might be. Who knows? I don't know. So we'll see. Thank you anyways, though, for everyone who watches or comments and all that fun stuff. I really appreciate it. Have a happy and safe 4th of July. Like I said, be extremely careful, but also have as much fun as you possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.